Welcome to the Greyhaven Tower, where we explore the deep roots and quiet truths behind Tolkien's world. Today, we begin with something light, a joke, a riddle, a clever turn of phrase. Because behind the battles and ballads of the Lord of the Rings lies something subtler. A love of language, a playfulness of mind, and a belief that riddles hold power. Tolkien didn't just create Elvish and Dwarvish. He gave us riddles that reveal truth, humour that hides pain, and wordplay that echoes with wisdom. In this episode, we'll explore the ancient roots of riddling in mythology, why Gollum and Bilbo's riddle game matters more than we think, Tolkien's belief in subcreation and linguistic play, how riddles reflect character, especially hobbits, and how mystery, not just magic, is at the heart of Middle-earth. This is more than wordplay. This is Tolkien's wisdom wrapped in wit. Riddles are old, older than fairy tales, older than fantasy. They are found in the Poetic Edda, in the Exeter Book, in Anglo-Saxon charms and Norse sagas. They are not just games, they are tests of wisdom. Tolkien, a scholar of Old English, knew this well. In The Hobbit, he draws directly from these traditions, placing Bilbo into a ritual contest that echoes mythical trials of wit and survival. A riddle is a tale with a hole in it. In these old stories, to solve a riddle was to survive. To fail was to be devoured, defeated, undone. Riddles weren't just clever, they were dangerous. In the darkness beneath the misty mountain, Bilbo greets Gollum, and they play a game of riddles. On the surface, it's quaint, two strange creatures trying to outwit each other. But beneath it, it's life and death. If Bilbo fails, Gollum eats him. If Gollum fails, he must show Bilbo the way out. It's not a polite contest, it's a battle. Not of swords, but of minds. And Tolkien makes it gripping. Each riddle reveals something about them. Gollum's are older, darker, full of teeth and bone. Bilbo's are lighter, domestic, full of heart and earth. Through riddles, we learn who we are. It is Bilbo's accidental riddle, "What have I got in my pocket?" that breaks the rules and wins him the ring. Tolkien tells us wit matters, but so does chance and mercy and narrative grace. Tolkien didn't just use riddles, he lived them. As a philologist, he believed that language shaped meaning, that the sound of a word, its history and form, carried its own power. He coined languages, invented etymologies, built entire cultures from words. Riddles, for him, were a way to compress meaning, to play with the truth like light through a prism. In The Hobbit, the riddle game reveals this. This thing all things devour, birds, beasts, trees, flowers. Gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal. The answer? Time. This isn't just a riddle, it's a poem of decay, a meditation of mortality. In one playful verse, Tolkien speaks a deep truth. Tolkien once said that riddles help us see through the world, and no character in his legendarium is more cryptic, more riddling than Gandalf. He rarely gives straight answers. He offers parables, warnings, puzzles. When Frodo asks him about Gollum's fate, Gandalf replies not with logic, but with mystery. Even the very wise cannot see all ends. His speech is full of hidden layers, hints and metaphors. He is a steward of mystery. In a way, Gandalf speaks in riddles because he knows the truth is too large to grasp all at once. Hobbits too are riddlers, though they don't always know it. Their language is full of half-truths, jokes and misdirections. They speak plainly, but also sideways, especially in matters of emotion. Sam, for instance, uses understatements to mask his loyalty, I don't think Mr. Frodo has had much sleep since we left Hobbiton. That line, simple as it is, means everything. It's how hobbits speak, and it's how Tolkien writes, with a wink. Even in danger, they joke. Even in grief, they quip. Humour becomes a shield and a window. Riddles aren't just clever, they're healing. Tolkien loved the idea that stories could be read on many levels, like riddles. At first, they confuse, then they delight, then they illuminate. The entire structure of The Hobbit can be seen as a riddle. What is small, unassuming, and yet changes the fate of the world? A hobbit, of course. Bilbo is a living answer, and so is Frodo. And in their smallness lies their power. Riddles reveal truth we don't see at first glance, just like Tolkien's themes. In his essay on fairy stories, Tolkien speaks of subcreation, the act of making within the maker's world. Riddles are subcreations in miniature. You take known things, wind, teeth, time, and you remake them into mystery. That's what Tolkien does with myth itself. He takes ancient tropes, dragons, swords, heroes, and makes them riddles again. Things we thought we knew now have deeper meaning. In Middle-earth, even the stars are stories. Even the shadows ask questions. Tolkien was not a fan of over-explaining. He dislikes allegory. He distrusts simple answers. That's why riddles matter in his work. He invites the reader in. They don't preach, they provoke. Gollum is a mystery. Tom Bombadil is a riddle. The secret fire is a whisper, and Tolkien wants it that way. Because mystery honours the reader, it gives space for wonder. The Silmarils, the Rings of Power, even Frodo's journey, they are riddles. Not just what they are, but what they mean. When Galadriel gives Frodo the phial of Elendil's light, she says, "May it be a light to you in dark places, when all other lights go out." That's not just hope, that's a riddle of faith. When you don't know what's coming, when nothing makes sense, hold on. That's Tolkien. At the end of The Lord of the Rings, Sam asks the question, is everything sad going to come true? It's not answered. It just hangs there, like a riddle unanswered. Because Tolkien believed not all questions need solutions. Some just need to be asked. And some, like riddles, are beautiful because they're not fully understood. Thank you for watching the Greyhaven's Hour. Tolkien loved riddles, not just as puzzles, but as truths in disguise. The wildest thing we can do is ask a better question. He didn't write to explain everything. He wrote to awaken wonder, and to remind us that even the small voices can speak in riddles and still change the world. So next time you hear a line that feels too strange, too wonderful, too poetic, pause. It might just be Tolkien leaving you a clue. If this reflection gave you something to ponder or smile at, I'd love it if you shared it. Leave a comment with your favourite riddle, like the video to light the way for others, and subscribe for more voice-led journeys through the myth and meaning of Middle-earth. Until next time, keep asking, keep wondering, and remember, not all riddles need answers to be true.